What's up, guys? I'm back to do a review for Money in the Bank 2024. Now, for those who don't know, I did do a live stream reaction towards like the halfway point of the show. So if y'all want to check that out, check it out. I'll try to leave it in the link. But also, who oh, I know, I'm sorry, my sound going out, but this is for people who, may have not got the impression, and it's gonna be a good quick one. This shouldn't be too long. But let's get into the first match. The first match, like right out the gate, man. Honestly, I'm just say this before I get into the matches. Honestly, I thought this pay-per-view was gonna be better. I did, but it really did not turn out to be good at all. But first match, honestly, to me, I missed this match when it first happened, but I went back and I rewatched it. And in my honest opinion, the first match was the best match, the men's Money in the Bank. And the reason why I say that is because you did have a lot of primetime players in there and, and people that added interest. You had Jay, you had Drew. You had LA Knight, you had Chad Gable. The only two I felt like that was thrown in kind of was, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, but they added something to the match too. The match did have some cool spots. To me, it was the best match. Drew winning was cool, but at the end of the day, based off of what happened, I think they should have. Two things I really think they should have did. They should have had the men's Money in the Bank match last, like you should have did that last, not first. Why make the biggest theme really of the show and then start with it? And you should have gave the title to Jey Uso too. It's like nothing is wrong with Drew winning, but for what Drew did afterwards, just pretty much just ruined it and just wasted our time. But we're gonna get to that. Then the second match was, what was the second match? Right, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Now this match I got right. I was 4 for 1. The only match I got wrong was the Damian match, and you see how ridiculous that was. If for those who didn't know, it was ridiculous. One of the worst cash-ins I ever seen in my life. But the Sami Zayn match was not good because the wrong person won, and I predicted Braun Breaker to lose this match because he hasn't been getting the best booking. I know a lot of people like him and a lot of people want to see him get pushed, which is cool to me, but ever since Braun been around, he ain't been really getting nothing. Like I was astonished to see that people were excited about him beating jobbers at first and just having quick jobber matches. I was in my mind thinking like that's not good. If Mr. H really wanted to show you off and push you, he'll put you in longer stuff to make you look good, like he do with like a Sami Zayn. He ain't gonna put you in no quick squash match against jobbers. That means he don't want you beating anyone important. He had you beating up Ricochet. Ricochet, somebody who wasn't getting pushed, doing nothing important. I knew it. I knew it. And then Sami Zayn, you see again, ever since he been around, Mr. H been in power. Sami Zayn has literally been a main player in some type of title or in the scene ever since for the past 2 years. He went from a goofy, kind of funny jobber character, comical character, now to like a main event player who turns 99 rated all of a sudden out of nowhere to win his matches. And then for him to beat him clean, he couldn't beat Chad Gable clean, but he can beat Braun Breaker clean. That just made it even worse. Like you could at least gave him a roll up or something, a distraction or something. Nah, he just beat you clean with that little skinny little leg and he wins. Like, come on. Like, that was terrible. Now Braun Breaker is really messed up. What he's gonna do? Fight more people that don't matter after this again just to get a rematch? Now, if he get a rematch, it's a slight chance. And isn't it wrong that Mr. H made sure that Sammy got his win off in Canada, in Toronto, where he's from, Canada, but couldn't let Drew win in his hometown. And I found that in Scotland. That's kind of bogus. So you couldn't give it to Drew, but you made sure you gave it to Sammy like you always do. Every time they go to Canada, they make sure Sammy just gets all of this attention and just looks super good majority of the time, just like Kevin Owens. But yeah, so that wasn't really a good match. Just because the wrong person won. Then the third match, which I felt like shouldn't have been third. Like, why is this match third? This is the title match. Drew Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. This is the title match. And you put this at third. I felt like that was ridiculous. The match was rushed. The match was barely even 10 minutes. Like, it was rushed as hell. No clean finish about who won the match. So basically nobody won. And then you make Drew McIntyre cash in at the worst possible time that makes no sense, which shows that Drew will never get pushed. Like, why do you make him cash in at the worst time possible just to come in and act like he's finna get the win just for CM Punk just to come out and do the same exact thing to him? I mean, if that ain't the worst shit ever, right? It's like you just letting CM Punk do what he want because the fans keep kissing his ass and shouting his name. So he don't even care about what he do with CM Punk. And you see obviously the fans like Drew too, but this is what you're doing though. You have him screw him over out of another title again while CM Punk doesn't lose anything and doesn't even got to be on the show. He could just show up on pay-per-views, constantly get the advantage, and constantly attack him. I mean, just think about it. CM Punk is acting like a punk. And it's funny that that's his name, CM Punk. And that's some punk stuff. He ain't never fighting Drew head up. He's always using weapons or low blowing them or catching them off guard. He really is acting like a punk. And people like that. Come on, man. He heals up from what Drew did. They never seen what Drew did to him, which was bogus. But we can constantly keep seeing Punk whoop his ass. But you seen during the pay-per-view, we see Drew get his ass whooped, but we couldn't see him get his ass whooped on SmackDown. Drew had to literally quit on Raw just to come to SmackDown to sneak him, and we couldn't see that. Like, come on, man. This is not good. This is just trying to keep CM Punk relevant, knowing he ain't even wrestling, providing nothing for the company. The dude ain't even really doing nothing for the company. He ain't even like what he did for AEW when he first came is way more. Like, how long CM Punk been here? Like 7-8 months. Well, when he was in AEW for 7-8 months, he did way more. Why he over here doing nothing basically, and constantly putting down talent that people like and screwing them. It's like, what's the point of giving Drew all these opportunities? We might as well get an opportunity to someone else, right? We keep giving Drew all these title shots, all these opportunities that could go to someone else just for him to lose. Like Jay got all of this push. This is why Mr. H is ruining wrestling. Because he just wants to force certain people down our throats even when they're not over. There is no reason. Jey Uso is clearly the most popular wrestler, over wrestler, and you ain't finna give him no title. You ain't giving him nothing repeated. And remember a month ago when Jay first came out and said Money in the Bank, I knew it was bullshit. I knew he wasn't winning nothing. I knew he was just throwing him in there to use him for his clout and to use him for his hype, but don't give him nothing. Like, if you really wanted to give somebody something, you would put him in a one-on-one title match. Give him something. Oh, just go on Money in the Bank. And didn't even win it. But we'll keep giving Drew title shot to title shot, cash in opportunity, all of this, and never give it to him. And CM Punk just screws it every single time. This is some bull. And then on the women's side, we'll make sure that none of the women put the title on the line on this pay-per-view. So Tiffany, because she won the women's, is not so she can't cash in and have a kerfuffle or a bumble on someone, and I find that bogus. So you're not gonna have none of the women's titles on there. None. But you're going to make sure you put the men's on there so he can. It's just too goofy and too lazy. You keep doing the same dumb stuff over and over and over again and again. And here we go. People like Chad Gable. Why he ain't getting pushed? People clearly like Jey Uso. Why? And I hate how people try to drown out Jey Uso's hype for people like Drew or LA Knight. Not so much as LA Knight now, but Drew. Now that I noticed that about people, they try to act like he's more over than Jey. Jey is clearly more over than Drew, but they try to ignore that. This shit is annoying. Like, clearly Jey should be in the spotlight right now. This man then went through hell to get to where the situation. He ain't even had the best booking. Man, Jey Uso hasn't had good booking in about 2 years, and he still got over. If that ain't an accomplishment, I don't know what is. But we ain't gonna give him what he deserved though. But we'll shove a Tiffany, who I knew was a favorite since the beginning. But let's get to that. Because that was a hot mess. That was just ridiculous and stupid. Damian Priest wins. And after Drew gets messed up, Damian pins Drew and wins. So now you want to prolong the BS with Damian and keep him looking stupid for a whole nother month. This is dumb. This really was the worst cash in to me. And then the women's match, Money in the Bank. Well, that was decent. I didn't like the theatrics with Chelsea Green. I don't like how they keep making Chelsea Green like she a main event player, but she clearly ain't no good wrestler and ain't even really wrestling material. That bump she took was pretty cool at the end, but that was bothering me a little bit. I like the men's match more because it seemed more serious. The women's wasn't that serious to me, but it was hard to predict who will win, but I got it right. Honestly, it wasn't that difficult because like I said, every woman who wins Money in the Bank wins. That's why I can't believe it's. I'm astonished. There's people out here right now that think that they're gonna mess up her Money in the Bank. Are y'all crazy? Y'all must be crazy. Tiffany has been put in the spotlight looking good the whole time. And notice the little matches she lost was never that important because they knew she was gonna win this. And obviously she's gonna cash in and win. All the other women won. So why would they break that trend? That's what made me pick Tiffany too. Because not only is she the most favorite person in that roster that we seen, the second most favorite person is Chelsea. But clear as day, Tiffany is the favorite when it comes to Mr. H. It's clear as day. I mean, as soon as she came in, she started shitting on all the older good talents like Naomi, Bianca, all the ones who used to do something. She come in shitting on them, Me Chin, and attacking them. You notice that she keep attacking minority characters. And I really am upset that y'all wanted to do that stuff with Trish because I felt like that's bogus. Like, and people want to get excited about that. It just show you how people only care about looks instead of what really be going on in the match. Like, why the hell would you want Tiffany to go against Trish for? So Trish can lose and so her legacy can get ruined. Let's not forget what happened with her and Becky and Zoe Stark. Remember how Zoe kind of came up, and this exactly would be what happened. Tiffany would just come the hell up and embarrass Trish Stratus. Who wants to see that? Trish Stratus is a legend. She don't even need to be getting involved with Tiffany. But here go Mr. H. Let's have her attack Trish Stratus. She's just the best. Get out of here, man. I'm not happy that Tiffany won because it's finna be a boring ass protected title run. Just like Seth Rollins had one, just like CM Punk's is finna have one, just like Sami Zayn, and just like Rhea Ripley when she come back. It's finna be a boring ass, predictable, protected ass title run with barely any mishaps, and they're gonna win clean majority of the damn time. Come on now, y'all. Excited for nothing. Excited for nothing. It's just ridiculous when you really think about it. It really is. But all of these other people, that could get something going on, but nothing for them. Nothing for them. And you already know that 9 times out of 10, Nia probably gonna be the one to beat Bailey, so Tiffany can go against Nia, and then Nia beats. No, Tiffany beats Nia. That's probably more than likely what's going to happen. I sat there and watched Tiffany's press conference after this too, and she was bringing up a lot of the points that I made just now. A lot of stuff that I'm saying now, she was talking about too, like the Nia thing and her so-called being cool with her. Look how Mr. H put her with her for no reason, just so Nia wouldn't have no excuse to go to her. See? Favorite, protected. Let me click you up against a person who probably could beat you or at least give you a good match to protect you, but then later down the road you go beat her. Come on, man. This is Mr. H all day. This is why this Money in the Bank was horrible, and shoot, maybe last year was better. And then last but not least, you had the Bloodline going against Randy Orton, KO, and saying, and who else? Cody Rhodes. See, I'm damn near forgetting Cody was even there because he didn't have nothing really special. You see, throw him in a match against the Bloodline for no damn reason. Ain't you done with the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes? That's why I'm tired of I'm tired of you people complaining about Cody, but y'all never talk about the booking. Why is Mr. H study keeping him with the Bloodline when he been beat Roman, took the title? See, they're purposely making him boring and purposely not giving him anything. Yeah, he got the title, but they're not making him look spectacular with it. Just like they're doing with Liv Morgan, just like they're doing with Bailey, just like they're doing with Damian Priest. Okay? Right now, at the moment, the only person that he's really making spectacular look like who has a title is Sami Zayn. And maybe Alba Fire is Ladon and DIY now. That's it. Until the new ones come in. It's clear as day in front of y'all faces, but for some odd reason, a lot of y'all can't click on and see what he doing when he do the same stuff. He just do little tricky things to get you, just like what he did with Drew winning earlier. Get you all excited and geek, make you think it's something cool, then later down the road do something messed up. I mean, there was again, and I say that was the best match. The best match was the first match. But what's the point now when you know Drew just got screwed over by CM Junk again? The dude who don't even do nothing and don't wrestle and comes around and constantly gets pushed and constantly get do what he want and constantly keeps knocking down someone that obviously people like. Yeah, at the end of the day, uh, Jay should have got that title because at least he probably would have stretched it out, kept it interesting. See, and then last but not least, man, last but not least, we got right, the bloodline. See, I didn't even know who was doing the match at first, right? Tongalua, Tamatanga, who was Fatu in it, but I think it was Tongalua or no, Tamatanga and Fatu and Solo. And the match turned out to be bad. I thought this was gonna be hype. I thought they was gonna add a lot into it, but they didn't. They didn't. It was just basically letting the bloodline finally win, and only because of numbers advantage and cheating. So clearly making them still look weak and trash. Not even really giving them a good surprise. Or I felt kind of pissed off because I'm like, this is what you could have been did with the bloodline. You could have been made them win a match like this on SmackDown. To add a little relevance. Nah, you let them get their ass whooped by KO and Cody and them all damn day, and then finally you let them win only because of numbers during the pay-per-view, and you don't add nothing exciting to it. You make that the main event, but clearly that match didn't really have no excitement. It was very slow. It was a lot of just constant tag in, kind of tag outs, and let's attack one person type stuff. It was boring. It was boring. It was okay, but not good. That match should have been way more dramatic. I was wrong too. I really thought that this match was gonna be good, but I was wrong. This was one of the worst matches on the card just because it was boring. It was boring and it didn't really have nothing going for it. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this review, man. Trust me, it's more things I could point out and talk about, but I'm gonna move on and talk about some other things. I'm gonna try to do a Raw live stream. I'm gonna try to do it. It's like every time I try to do it, something happen. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Please hit that like button. Please comment. Let me know what y'all think. I'm not even gonna rate this pay-per-view. Not even gonna rate it. Please, feeling generous. Please hit that Cash App or that PayPal. Subscribe if you haven't. Let me know. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what y'all think, because this is where we think over here. Over here we use our brains. Over here we use logic, and we pay attention to what's happened in the past and what's going on. Ain't no random blurting or ain't no favoritism over here. It's just all about what's really really going on with people. So I hope you enjoyed it, and peace out.